First, a little backstory. My girlfriend had just dumped me, and naturally I was feeling rather upset. I rewatched both Legally Blonde movies and ate approximately 2 tubs of icing, but I was still down. One night at around 11, I heard my dog barking out the window. I came into the living room and looked out with him only to see nothing. There's nothing outside, no cars, no animals, no people, but he seemed more distressed than usual. His fur was standing straight up and his bark turned more into a whine. Then, completely unprompted, he started jumping and turning his head to look out the window at a more extreme angle. He was clearly following something, and after a few seconds of turning, he jumped up and sprinted towards the back door. Mind you, our back door is made entirely out of glass, and he ran to it and started aggressively barking at it, and then jumped on his hind legs. I've had this dog for 3 years, and I knew that this was how he barks when the mailman or any other person he doesn't know walks by. I think I'm justified in saying I was kind of unsettled by this, especially when he began running rapidly between the two windows. Dogs don't randomly start barking if there isn't something they feel threatened by. By this point, my mom had come out of her room to see what was going on, and we looked out the front window. After a few minutes of looking, we see the motion activated lights go on. My first response is, fuck, there's somebody trying to get into the house. We start locking all the doors and windows while my mom checks the security cameras. Nothing. There's nobody at our house. No animals, no people, no intruders, or at least none that the cameras picked up. Mom and I, being spiritual people, immediately assume it's a ghost. She's unsettled by this and starts to go to grab the holy water. But I tell her not to worry, it was probably a bat or something that flew above the cameras. I don't know much about ghosts, but at that point, my weird mix of sadness and sexual frustration had me wanting to let whatever was outside into our house. Always wanted a haunted house story, and I heard stories of people having sex with ghosts, so I figured I'd give that a try. I admit I probably looked batshit crazy yelling into the night, something along the lines of, "Come in, guys, it's warm in here, we won't kick you out." But long story short, I now had a ghost in my house. The first hint that whatever was outside had come inside was my dog. Immediately after that night, he got fidgety and restless and began barking a lot more than usual. The second hint was my door. One night I was resting. It was about 2 in the morning and I had just finished work. I'm in bed trying to sleep when my door violently flings open. Mind you, all the windows in my room were closed. The draft would not have gone into it with such intensity. The sound of the door hitting my wall was so loud that it woke up my dad, who promptly asked, "What the fuck is going on here?" I didn't know how to answer him. I wasn't the one who opened that door. The next morning he asked me about it, and I just told him that it must have been sleepwalking or something. This continued every single day for about 2 weeks. I knew enough was enough when the hinges on my door began to come apart, causing it to tilt and drag on my floor, scratching me. This pissed off my parents even more, and I too was just getting annoyed by being woken up in the middle of every night. Okay, before I start reading this, I just gotta let you know this, it gets a little, spicy, I guess you could say. But here I go. So, I, like any sensible human being, decided to make the best out of a shitty situation. I was gonna fuck the ghost. Firstly, I felt that it was rude to fuck somebody I did not know, so I gave the energy a name. Karen. I tried talking to Karen through my tarot cards, and then through my pendulum, and then through the mirror screen. Those conversations didn't really go anywhere, so I decided to do it the old-fashioned way. That night, like every night, I heard my door slam open. Immediately, I took off all my clothes and covers. Did I look crazy? Yes. Did I care? No, not really. For a little bit of context, I was taking sleeping pills regularly to help me fall asleep, and at this point, they had just started kicking in. My words were slightly slurred, but I turned to the doorway, running my hand along my torso. I told whatever was standing there, "Hey, Karen, wanna fuck?" Because I'm down if you're down. The door just stayed open, so I continued. "Aw, come on, Karen. It must be lonely out there being a spirit and all. Don't be scared. I won't hurt you." I watched the door intently, and for the first time ever, it began to creep close. It continued and eventually shut. I was terrified, but also let down. It think being rejected by a human person is hard. Imagine to being rejected by a ghost. Like, damn. Karen never opened my door again.